5. The Master or the Hierophant. Description. True to our conviction that positive, constructive interpretations will be more useful than critical or even cynical ones, the Tarot of Love does not portray the Master as a man who uses spiritual laws or imposes dogmas. Instead, we see a person who looks upward, maybe seeking, maybe knowing. The symbols of various religions indicate that there is more than one path to truth. The search for it in the blue of the night sky is based on the red heart of human love. General meaning. Sally Nichols, author of Young and Tarot, names this card the Pope and calls it the visible countenance of God. The Master is thereby a masculine counterpart to the High Priestess. Whereas the High Priestess is the guardian of divine mysteries, the Master is active as a proclaimer of divine wisdom. The historical problem of the proclaimer of divine wisdom and the bearer of the countenance of God is known to us through the persecution by Christians, the propagation of faith with fire and sword, the Inquisition, and witch persecution and theocracies. However, the intention of conveying God's laws and words to humanity certainly arose from honorable motives. Naturally, only those persons who have already achieved their own religious inner experiences and enlightenment are capable of being true prophets of divine wisdom. During all historical ages and in all religions, these prophets have been the mystics, not the theocrats and dogmatists. Vested interests have often impeded mystics in freely proclaiming divine wisdom. Instead of the mystics, the intellectual and bloodless traditionalists and church politicians have set themselves up as disciplinarians in question of religion and divine worship, ethics, morality, and redemption of the soul through only their God, with only their way, and in only their church. To cite just one example from modern times, although it seems to be a matter of course for Christian missionaries to convert people in India, everything possible is done to keep some Indian gurus from going on lecture tours in the West. Do gurus endanger the Occident? Religious freedom is unfortunately often hypocrisy. In the positive sense, the Master can be the confident guru, high priest, mystic, advisor, spiritual friend, and teacher pointing out the spiritual direction in a partnership. On one hand, he knows the inner secrets of the creation. On the other, he knows the human struggle in the here and now of unavoidable life circumstances. He is able to give comfort and help since he has lived through such struggles himself. He sees himself as a seeker. This archetype is embodied by Moses, the Celtic druid Merlin, the enigmatic Comte de Saint-Germain, Jesus of Nazareth, Helen Petrovna Blavatsky, founder of the Theosophical movement, and the Greek poet and teacher Sappho. We have chosen the term master instead of pope or high priest to describe more modernly an archetype that we may personally encounter in everyday life. The Tarot of Love intentionally leaves the gender of the person ambiguous, The face of the master could be that of a man or a woman. Love meaning. How does a master relate to love? Unfortunately, too often, dogmatic church masters have been anti-body and anti-life. But as much as a true master or masteress knows about the secrets of the whole creation, she or he also knows the power of sexuality, erotic energies, and the vital force of love. A conventional priest of any sort will keep to a certain moral code regulating social and marital life in order to control love. An unconventional master may prove to be an embodiment of humanitarian insight, allowing love, including its physical expression, to work as an essential contribution to growth. When this card is drawn for a love relationship, it may reflect the desire to mold the partnership into a socially recognized structure, marriage, for example, or to live together on the basis of mutually accepted spiritual and ethical maxims. Family meaning. Religion creates a common center, foundation, and solidarity. Protection and guidance in life are imparted by philosophy and religious convictions. Values and feelings are shaped by accepted traditions. Family life takes on a new and deeper meaning. Partners and friends meaning. In relation to partnership and friendships, the Master stands for the power of a spiritual outlook and the meaningful application of ancient higher wisdom to earthly life. Not conscious or reversed meaning. Despite the positive powers, the negative side of the Master should not be forgotten. He creates and uses spiritual anxieties to exercise power. He denounces, according to his religious affiliation, certain aspects of natural human life. He tries to justify atrocities against human life with religious dogmas. He suppresses free, uncontrolled expressions of life's joys, and in doing so, he often refers to divine laws as the basis of moral constraints. It is also possible that one partner is trying to act as the guru of the other. The relationship is then doomed to become highly neurotic. Key words: spiritual guidance in relationships, subordinating a relationship to moral concepts determined by religious beliefs, spiritual leadership within a relationship.